It's time to recognize those heroes in our community that make a difference, that go above and beyond and work relentlessly to make our island a better place. For their commitments to health, the environment, our culture, their future, and our community as a whole. It's time to pay tribute to these shining stars. The 6th Annual KUAM Care Force Honors. Visit KUAM.com to nominate someone today. 6th Annual KUAM Care Force Honors is presented by Health, Home, and Lifestyle. News and information on wellness, health, balance, and fitness. Join Isabaza on Tuesdays for instant motivation, inspiration, and important health news from around our community. Presented by Paradise Fitness. Exercise is medicine.
The Good Life, all month long on the stations and networks of KUAM. Check the KUAM News app or KUAM.com for all program listings.
Closed captioning is brought to you by IT&E Life in Motion. KUAM News Headlines is presented by Calvo's Insurance, a legacy of trust. Serving Micronesia since 1938. Matson Navigation, serving Guam and Micronesia for 20 years. Cars Plus, Dodge Challenger, the undisputed champion. IP&E, Fueling Excellence. McDonald's of Guam, I'm Loving It. And King's Restaurant, located in Tamuning and Dededo. Always open, always local.
Coming right up on Primetime, Nick Delgado's got an interesting twist to report in the Mark Torrey Jr. murder trial.
Hot or not, our Crystal Paco will join us from the annual district conference.
And Ken's going to take you aboard the USS Carl Vinson, arriving on Guam soon. Happening, good evening, everybody. What was the relationship with the list of women named in the murder trial against former police officer Mark Torrey Jr.? Allegations have circulated that the victim was in a troubled affair that could have resulted in the shooting.
One of those women is speaking out and expressing how the case is affecting her personally and professionally. Nick Delgado joins us with the story you'll only see right here on KUAM. Nick.
That's right, Bree and Jace. The woman we spoke with is Terry Tenorio, a licensed attorney and Lieutenant Governor Ray Tenorio's sister. She was one of the first women named on that list during day one of the murder trial. Take a listen.
Do you know Terry Tenorio? How do you know her?
She came to the rosary.
Tenorio is now speaking out and clarifying her relationship with Officer Bert Piolo.
For me, it's been pretty difficult because there's a lot of rumor and speculation as to my relationship with Officer Piolo Bert, and the fact is that we were just friends.
Piolo worked executive security detail for her brother, the island's lieutenant governor.
My connection with Officer Piolo Bert Piolo is that we had established a good friendship, and I would characterize it as an intimate friendship in the sense that we were very close, but it was not in any way some type of physical relationship, just a very close friendship.
It was on January 29th of this year, the night of her brother's wedding. Tenorio says she was served with a subpoena to testify on February 27th in the Torrey murder case. Unaware she was even on the witness list, Tenorio says she immediately went to the court on day one, hoping to take the stand much sooner.
I showed up early because, as I explained to defense counsel Jay Areola, that I have a job that's been offered to me and I accepted a job. So my life in Guam was going to transition from Guam to Saipan.
She accepted a job to work as an attorney in the CNMI. However, Tenorio claims attorney Areola turned her away, adding that he told her she knew the rules and would have to return later to testify.
He was very adamant that no, I couldn't because I knew the rules and that I had to be there on February 27th.
This is where things apparently went from bad to worse for Tenorio. She says the following week she got 3 official phone calls reminding her about the subpoena. Her response?
What I said was, no thank you, and hung up. Now, the no thank you means that I intend to not waive. I don't intend to waive personal service. So you are still under, as a marshal or whoever, as a process officer, you are still under a duty to serve me personally.
KUAM has obtained a copy of an affidavit of non-service stating Tenorio is avoiding service of subpoena. However, she contends she never said she wasn't going to take the stand.
At this juncture, thus far, I have not failed in any respect. I have not violated any order.
Her immediate concern now is how the court order will affect her professional record, as she is required to report it to the bar.
Basically, saying that this attorney is not trustworthy. This attorney cannot follow court orders.
While she hopes the issue is resolved, Tenorio says she's ready to clear Piolo's name.
I know my relationship with Bert Piolo was strictly friendship, a good friend, and he's a great guy. We're human. Everybody has mistakes and skeletons in their closet. It doesn't mean that they're axe murderers, and it absolutely doesn't mean that they're suicidal and feel that they have no other way out.
Brian Jace, KUAM has also learned a court-martial tried to contact Tenorio to meet her and serve the subpoena in person. Unsuccessful, they went through the lieutenant governor's office to serve the order. But again, Tenorio claims she never refused to testify in the case. What happens next, we'll have to wait and see.
All right, thanks so much, Nick. Trial against Mark Toy Jr. continues tomorrow morning.
Over 100 members of the Guam Bar Association participated in the annual district conference held today at the Hilton Resort and Spa. In addition to getting up to date with the law, participants earned continuing legal education credits. Featured speakers included the Honorable Paul J. Watford from the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Ninth Circuit, as well as nationally recognized legal scholar and regular commentator and legal analyst, Professor Jonathan Turley. Turley shared with Guam's legal community his proposal to expand the court.
My proposal is to expand the court to 19 members. Why did I do that? Well, I studied courts around the world. Now, under my proposal, no one would get all of these new seats. So it would take 20 years. A president would get 2 new seats every term until we had the full complement on the court. So it would take about 20 years, and we would end up with a 19-member court, no president having more than 2. Obviously, the president could fill any vacancies that occur. Do you think that should?
Although critics argue that too large a court wouldn't be effective, he disagrees and provided examples of courts around the world. He added that appellate judges tend to show considerable discipline and there would be no concentration of power.
Now, as part of that annual conference, 2 panel discussions on marijuana are ongoing. Crystal Pak was over in Tucumán, and she joins us with the very latest of the proceedings.
Brian Jace, it sparked plenty of interest. And of course, I'm talking about the legalization of marijuana. I'm here at the Hilton Resort and Spa where the annual district conference is just wrapping up. And so are panel discussions entitled Pot or Not. According to Guam Bar Association President Jackie Terlahi, she's disseminated this graphic to all Guam Bar members, which depicts that Guam attorneys are walking on this legal tightrope, explaining the law versus aiding and abetting. As you know, current law conflicts with federal law relative to marijuana and the legalization of marijuana. So lawyers are advised to proceed with caution on this legal tightrope, as they could be disciplined for something as simple as helping their clients complete applications for marijuana licenses. I have more on this story later on KUAM. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Crystal Paco.
Thanks, Crystal. And as she mentioned, she will have more on Pot or Not discussions on Primetime Friday.
Indeed, she will. Well, moving on, you're not going to believe it. Another protest has been filed by Cortec International regarding the rebuilding of Simon Sanchez High School. Isa Baza has more.
Only 2 weeks after the new request for proposal was put out to renovate the home of the Sharks and dozens of other public campuses, a protest has already been filed. Department of Public Works Deputy Director Felix Beneventi confirmed that DPW received the protest filed by Cortec International late Wednesday afternoon. It was then forwarded to the Attorney General's office for review. In a press release from Attorney Joyce Tang, she says Cortec International wants the RFP amended. Tang argues that the new RFP has obvious flaws and violates the Makahat Act of 2013 by failing to consider price when determining best value. CTI protested this same issue last year. Guam Educational Facilities Foundation Director Phil Flores.
So she referenced the public law that started the process for this RFP. I went back and read it. It doesn't say anything there about price. It does talk about best value. Best value allows you to get a better product than just the lowest price. I mean, if you want to buy a $2,000 car, you can, but it's not going to work for you for very long. You have to get a good car. And it's the same thing with building the school.
Flores said opting for the lowest price could cost taxpayers more in the long run.
Maybe your windows aren't as good, so your utilities are going to cost more money. This is a 25-year engagement. It's not just, I'm going to build you a house and then see you later.
Flores questioned the repeated protests by CTI.
I think Cortec is trying to mold the RFP, trying to change the process. So, of course, it favors them.
Students have been waiting 4 years now for renovations to move forward. And according to Flores, it's a process that's been vetted many times over.
The RFP process, of course, has been scrutinized very heavily by the Attorney General's office after the last experience. So Cortec is not only saying that DPW is doing something wrong, they're saying that the Attorney General's office has signed off and permitted DPW to do something wrong.
While school officials toured the school in January and announced they hope to break ground as soon as this summer, it's unclear how this new protest could affect that timeline. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Isa Baza.
We brought you the story on KUAM Digital. A school bus driver who was accused of drunk driving and speeding in early January by a BP Carbolito Elementary School parent has since resigned. According to Public Works Transportation Superintendent Frank Titano, DPW's thorough investigation into the allegations did not uncover evidence of drinking on the job. However, Titano said the employee had left for the day by the time the complaint was received. He also said that because buses are tracked by the Global Positioning System, or GPS, investigators were able to determine that the driver had been speeding as much as 10 to 15 miles over the speed limit in certain areas.
All right, everybody, we are going to take a quick break, but please stay tuned. We are back right after this.
There are more ways to experience KUAM News than any other source on Guam. Download the KUAM News app for your Apple or Android device for 24/7 news, sports, videos, weather, streaming with KUAM radio, and important news alerts. And stay connected at home with Guam's first app for Apple TV. All available now from the App Store.
When we face an uncertain path, when we struggle with life's challenges, and when the unexpected happens,
it's a beautiful day.
We rely on the people we trust,
It's a beautiful,
who we can always count on,
beautiful day.
and to the ones who give us the most care throughout the years. Rely on Calvo's Select Care to give you the comfort and security you need
It's a beautiful day.
wherever you are. Calvo's Select Care, healthcare that's always there for you.
Hi, I'm interested in one of your new Samsung devices.
I've got just the one for you.
We opened our online store, upgraded our website, and increased our call center to better serve customers.
Yeah! What do you think?
Solid.
Is your old ride letting you down? Then play Micronesia Mall's Ride Away Flyaway game and win 3 rides from Triple J Auto Group, plus 30 flyaways to Manila on Philippine Airlines. Just present mall receipts to enter and win the 2017 Kia Soul, the 2017 Mazda 3 Sport, the 2017 Kia Forte, and instant prizes from Burger King and Foot Locker. Shop and win more cars, trips, and prizes when you play Micronesia Mall's Ride Away Flyaway game.
Chuck E. Cheese's Guam is not all fun and games. Our pizza is delicious with the freshest toppings, oven-baked to order. Try the fresh salad bar, sandwiches, and don't forget our mouth-watering wings. Come and eat at Chuck E. Cheese's Guam.
Connect with KUAM News. Find us on your favorite social media platform. Follow us and stay in the know with Guam's news leader.
Welcome back to Primetime right here on KUAM, everybody. Well, it's not every day in our island community that a warship makes its way to our region, let alone making a port call on Guam this week. And that's precisely the case for what's described as America's favorite carrier, otherwise known as the USS Carl Vinson.
Ken Quintanilla went aboard, and he has more.
It's designed to win any fight around the world around the clock, and it's sitting in our backyard, or about 110 nautical miles off of Guam. Just as Guam senators and mayors did days before, KUAM and local media jumped on a plane from Andersen Air Force Base, and less than an hour later, and a rocky landing, we were aboard the USS Carl Vinson, a famous aircraft carrier that departed San Diego last month. There's no shortage of views of the wide Pacific as seen atop the flight deck. Here you can witness the activities the over 7,500 sailors and service members experience for 12 to 14 hours a day in the different surface warfare areas. Captain Doug Verissimo is the Carl Vinson's commanding officer.
We practice those warfare areas and integrate. So, but day-to-day flight ops on an aircraft carrier are drumpy. So the aircraft, you'll see a cyclic ops or cyclic ops where the aircraft will take off, and then the aircraft that were airborne, once we clear the landing area, they come in and land, we turn those jets around, and we do that about 9 cycles per day.
You'll experience nearly 24 aircraft doing this operation. However, there are about 75 aircraft total on board. And while the spectacle and power of seeing these aircraft will make you feel the need for speed, the USS Carl Vinson is serving a bigger mission here near Guam.
The purpose, we are on a regularly scheduled deployment to the Western Pacific. We are here to navigate the free oceans of the world.
It's also about carrying out the Navy's mission, which involves having a presence, especially in light of the Marine realignment. Rear Admiral Jim Kilby is the commander of Carrier Strike Group 1.
Part of presence is being there where it matters, when it matters. So if we're forward deployed and something happens, the President of the United States and the National Security Council now have options and hopefully can deploy us in a mode to deter whatever is happening. If there's some unrest that we want to have an effect on.
Other parts of the mission include sea control and power projection. It's also on hand to provide humanitarian assistance and disaster relief or response when necessary. They've been deployed since January 5th, but have only been in our backyard for about 10 days. For many, it will be their first time to Guam when they port later this week.
There's a lot of sailors haven't spent money for 5 weeks, so they're going to have money to spend and probably look forward to spending that on Guam.
Aside from contributing to Guam's economy, the USS Carl Vinson will also be engaging in several community projects.
The list went up for people to volunteer for various projects, and the sailors really jumped on it. So I'm really excited about that because all those sailors will take away a memory of Guam, which goes beyond a restaurant or walking down the street or whatever. They'll actually hopefully make a connection with somebody and do something.
Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Ken Quintaniza.
She's held the position since 2011, and now Congresswoman Madeline Bordallo has been reappointed as a ranking member of the House Armed Services Committee's Readiness Subcommittee. The Readiness Subcommittee oversees military readiness, training, logistics, and maintenance issues. It also oversees civilian personnel, energy security, and environmental issues that affect the Department of Defense. Bordallo says she appreciates her Democratic colleagues' continued confidence in her to serve as a ranking member. She says in this past, this position has helped secure funding to address impacts associated with the Marine realignment, as well as address workforce and other challenges. Bordallo, as this role has allowed her to look out for the community's interest in the ongoing relationship with the military.
Well, the chairman of the Legislative Committee on Rules, Senator Michael Sinikolas, is releasing the findings of an investigation into $1.2 million in change orders for the Guam Congress building. But while the Democrat policymaker is boasting about savings that he's achieved, a former colleague says, don't believe the hype.
Some of these change order items really jumped out at us, and I wanted to kind of bring them to the public's attention.
And so in January, new committee chairman on Rules, Senator Michael Sinikolas, tasked the legislature's new executive director, who happens to be his former staffer and former senatorial candidate, Jermaine Alerta, to investigate. Former Rules Committee Chair Roy Respicio did not return to the 34th, but was offended at the suggestion that when he was in charge, they were spending out of control.
He cannot have his own posse do the investigation. He can't have the executive director who reports to him directly do the investigation. He should have the attorney general and the public auditor.
That didn't happen. And on Thursday, Senator Sinikolas released the findings of the investigation. Out of the 8 change orders, a single one was scrapped. It was $430,000 for furniture, which included a chair for $902 and over $6,000 for a table.
St. Nicholas says he's confident the Guam Congress building can be furnished for less than half of that amount. He additionally says as a result of the savings, they can finally move into the new building in a couple weeks' time. Respicio, meanwhile, says Senator St. Nicholas continues to mislead the public. He says while it is the senator's prerogative to cancel the change orders, he believes his predecessor, who is wasting taxpayer money by not moving it into the building sooner. He believes over $62,000 spent for rent and power for the current Guam legislature was wasted and, quote, dumped in a black hole. He adds that he cannot claim the money was saved because the funding for the Guam Congress building is from the Capital District Fund, from which funds can only be used for the building's renovation and construction. He also adds the former executive director does not recall a $900 chair and $6,000 table, but he does remember the architect cutting the budget for furniture down to $100,000. The new Guam Congress building is expected to open officially on the 1st of March, and it'll also be the first Guam building to be certified LEED Platinum. Senator St. Nicholas says this will result in significant savings for island taxpayers.
All right, everybody, please stay tuned. More coming up after this, but first, your island weather.
The strongest teams have the strongest fans. We're committed to keeping you close, even when you're not. GTA Strong.
Ram has won countless awards, including four-wheeler pickup truck of the year and heavy-duty pickup truck of Texas 3 years running. We have best-in-class torque and 31,210 pounds towing, along with an exceptionally smooth ride. So, what does all this award-winning engineering add up to? Ram, America's longest-lasting pickups.
Get a great deal during Ram Truck Month.
I prepare. I train. Through strength, determination, and focus. You can overcome anything because every step, every move brings you closer to your goals. This is what makes you an alpha.
Tourism, it's our #1 industry. As Guam's largest employer, tourism supports 20,000 jobs. In fact, 1 out of every 3 jobs is tourism related. Annually, tourism generates over $150 million in tax revenue. Without it, every household would pay an additional $3,100 per year. From real estate to retail, tourism has a positive impact on every industry. Make Guam a better place to live, work, and visit. Support tourism.
From the moment you see it, it commands your respect. You can feel its immense power. The only way to master it is to venture inside. Go ahead, dive in. The GMC Sierra. We are professional grade. Step up to GMC and get over $10,000 total value on select specially equipped brand new 2017 Sierra Crew Cab SLT vehicles in stock.
KUAM Sports is presented by Triple J.
Off a day, Guam. Chris Barnett with sports, proudly brought to you by Triple J on this Thursday. Hey, one day closer to Friday. Woohoo! Let's kick off the show with a Guam girl wearing bikini for the island.
Bikini game strong. You could say that about former Guam resident Brenda Bari. She recently took first place in the National Physique Committee's Gold Coast Muscle Classic Masters 35 and up bikini division and finished in the top 3 in the open division. The Palauan Italian 37-year-old former Barragata Heights resident graduated from the home of the Geckos in '97, and she moved to Las Vegas in 2004. Now, it was while planning a trip back home that she decided to get serious about bikini competitions, and it stemmed from wanting to look good while beaching it back home. She joined her first comp in 2013, the NPC Oregon Ironman, making top 6, and now she competes for Team Edge under husband-wife coaches Joe DeSulio and Ingrid Romero. She also competed in the NPC Ultimate Warriors contest in San Diego in 2015, finishing 13th out of 19 Masters competitors. Now, both of these comps inspired Bari to push herself harder, and now that she has a first-place trophy under her belt, she wants to keep going, but it's not that easy of a decision.
Coming off that high from being on stage and winning, it definitely makes you want to, keep going. Just one of those things you have to just make sure you can commit the time and the energy, trying to be able to balance everything else in life. I'm a mom, I own a business, so the thought is like, do I take a break and then jump into one? Or is it, since I'm already there, do I jump into another one? So it's kind of hard because I have to take into consideration, the family, the business, and all that kind of stuff.
Bari owns Pivot Nutrition, a meal prep and nutrition guidance service. So when she's not trying to reach her own goals, she's helping her clients reach theirs. When Bari really committed to training for competitions, she thought the gym would be where she put in the most work. Come to find out, dieting, nutrition, and dedication are the areas she really applies the most discipline to. In fact, eating clean is one of the biggest ways athletes can achieve success, according to Bari.
You work so hard and you put in all that time and you sacrifice so much as far as time and giving up things, and whether it's a good meal or a night out with the girls, you sacrifice. And so to kind of throw all that, even all the hours you put into the gym, and throw that all away and going overboard, it doesn't make sense to me. Just kind of, you think of it like, well, what a waste, So for me, it's like I enjoy, but I don't, go overboard to where it puts me back, far back, and it feels like I'm starting all over again,
On season, Bari spends 3 to 4 hours a day in the gym, and after her second comp, she took a year off to focus on gains. She says having a great coach keeps her from crossing the line, since bikini competitions focus on the so-called more feminine physiques. And while Bari may call California home, she's proud to say Guam will always be where she comes from.
You never really forget where you come from. Obviously just coming from Guam and growing up with family, and you need that support. Especially going through something like that, it's just you kind of lean on, friends and especially your family. They're rooting for me from all the way, there, and it's just, and you need that. And so I'm always telling people where I'm from, and, why are you so friendly? Why are you so, energetic? All about family and family first. And it's just because that's just where, where I'm from and how I grew up and how I was raised.
Battle Showcase Guam, presented by Upshift Entertainment and Slam Society, going down this Saturday at the Guam International Raceway drag strip. Events lined up for the show include a custom auto and bike show, drag race battle, drifting, one-on-one graffiti throwdown, and, of course, music and food vendors. BSG is the pre-show for its collaborative event with Illis Brand Clothing, Slam Society Guam, which makes its return later this year. Gates open at 4 with a lineup of motorsports action for all to enjoy. Battle Showcase Guam 2017 lifestyle festival that highlights competition in auto customization, urban arts, racing, and motorsports. Tickets $10 on lines at guamraceway.com or in person at Proline, Car Audio, Image, Hafaloha, Opaque, and all Napa Auto Parts locations. Admission at the gate is $15. Children 11 and under get in free. For more info on the show, upshiftent.com. That's UPSHIFTENT.com.
All right, Guam. Hey, have a great rest of Thursday, and I'll see you on Goop Bat Friday. Woohoo, business! Till then, you keep on shining. My name's Chris. Thanks for watching. Adios.
These used cars are Nissan certified, and let me show you why I stand behind every used car that we sell. First, our certified technicians inspect every used car to make sure it's safe, reliable, and mechanically sound. Then any scratches and dings are given first-class treatment at our body shop. And after thorough detailing inside and out, the car is ready for sale. At a price that's always below Blue Book. That makes Nissan used cars your best buy. B-I-G-M-A-C, get it, B-I-G-M-A-C. Oh, you got a fresh fade?
closed a big deal today. Got that old school flow. Just came into some dough. Beat the boss. Need that special sauce. Oh, found your keys. Hit some threes. Love melted cheese. Whoa. Juicy, cheesy, iconic Big Mac. Now in 3 sizes, but only for a limited time. I'm loving it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
For 20 years, Matson has been an important part of our everyday lives. Bringing in the cars we drive, the food we eat, and the materials that helped build our homes. From caring for our land through the Adaki Itano program to generously supporting our local charities, Matson has contributed to the preservation and growth of our island. On behalf of those you've served throughout your 20 years on Guam, Tizas Ma'asi, Matson.
You're about to go down, boy. Oh, yeah? I'll show you, buddy. How do you like me now? Bring it on. I'll shut you up. Oh, yeah? Come on.
When it comes to trucks, we have to put our foot down. Anything with a Ford badge on it has to crank the most power, the most torque, and get the absolute best fuel economy. Ford F-150, America's best-selling truck for 40 straight years.
That's it, boys. Fight it out for second place.
The mountain is built for tough.
All right, everybody, in the mix just moments away. But first, tonight's birthday shout-outs, courtesy of Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club. Josephine Ann T. Santiago has a birthday today. And love always, save your kids.
Happy birthday to Mayani Sunshine Iguel. Celebrating her 11th birthday from the family that loves her so very much.
It is a happy birthday to Marvin Timinglow. And his family says happy birthday to such an amazing brother. Wishing you many blessed and wonderful years to come today. Love always, Shelly and Rich and Sabrina Sciences.
Happy birthday to Valerie Rosalind Manning, who lives in Virginia. Have a beautiful birthday. We love you. Love your brother Benny, your sister Trish, and your nephews.
Cynthia Barcenas and Chelsea Cruz both have birthdays today, so we love you and God bless you both. Say your familia.
Happy birthday to Blaze Lee Mopoti, celebrating his 18th birthday.
It is also the birthday, Sabrina, of this young gentleman, actually technically now a man, Jeremiah Pinalla. Happy 18th.
Happy birthday to Erica Beneventi from the village of Dededo.
All right, everybody can be part of the party. It's fun, it's free, and it is super easy to do. Just go to KUAM.com and register.
And that's going to do it for us here on Primetime. Stay tuned. In the Mix is next with Jonathan Drummond.
See ya.
Closed captioning is brought to you by IT&E Life in Motion.
Hafa Guam, welcome to another episode of In the Mix. I'm Jonah Gunn-Charfris. Thanks so much for tuning in. A great show lined up for you this evening. Coming up, a great dinner idea for those looking for a place to celebrate Valentine's Day. A little bit later in KUAM Connections, we get the 59th Annual Grammy Awards taking place this Monday on CBS TV 11. We close out the show tonight with Live Local Fridays, an acoustic performance from the band Flinch, who recently retired after 14 years. But first, if you're looking for something to do on Friday nights, head on over to Hagåtña for Friday nights at the Festival Village. Here's more. Bringing family, friends, culture, and arts together. Now, if you're like me, sometimes you just can't make it to the Wednesday night market at Chamorro Village. And then you're bummed that you miss out on all the fun, food, and excitement. Well, get ready to turn that frown upside down, because now you can head on over to Friday nights at Festival Village every GovGuam Payday Friday, which, may I remind you, it's tomorrow. And what a great way to kick off the weekend with the whole family. You can enjoy not only all the food vendors and local businesses, but there will be live demos, performers, artisans, rock climbing, arts and crafts, and so much more. It's a happening place to be for island residents and tourists. So check out Friday nights at the Festival Village every GovGuam Payday Friday from 6 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. Now, for more information, you can call 475-0375 or 475-0377. You can also like their page on Facebook under Chamorro Village Guam. Don't go anywhere, because when we return, we stick in the heart of Hagåtña and head on over to Mezcla, where they have a great sweethearts menu perfect for Valentine's Day. You're watching In the Mix.
This program is brought to you by GTA, your island, your network.
Thank you for an amazing year. This 2017, get ready for suspense, romance, drama, action. So bring on the new year. We are ready to capture more moments with you. Happy New Year from GTA.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
The Good Life, all month long on the stations and networks of KUAM. Check the KUAM News app or KUAM.com for all program listings.
Watch Health Check with Nurse Jen Artero every Tuesday for community health information, advisories, and news you and your family can use for leading a healthier lifestyle. Health Check during KUAM News Healthy Living. Health Check with Nurse Jen is presented by Island Cancer Center.
It's time to recognize those heroes in our community that make a difference, that go above and beyond and work relentlessly to make our island a better place. For their commitments to health, the environment, our culture, their future, and our community as a whole. It's time to pay tribute to these shining stars. The 6th Annual KUAM Care Force Honors. Visit KUAM.com to nominate someone today. The 6th Annual KUAM Care Force Honors is presented by Health, Home, and Lifestyle. News and information on wellness, health, balance, and fitness. Join Isabaza on Tuesdays for instant motivation, inspiration, and important health news from around our community. Presented by Paradise Fitness. Exercise is medicine.
Happy day and welcome back. Valentine's Day is just days away, and if you're still not too sure what to do, why don't you check this next feature out on Mezcla and their Sweethearts menu. Here's more.
Celebrate Valentine's Day with the Sweethearts menu at Mezcla in Hagåtña. According to owner and chef Peter Dueñas, the 4-course menu, known as a table d'eau, is simple yet delicious.
We like to give
good food and familiar food, and food that people don't have to research about. Knowing what you're paying for right off the bat is always good. So I always try to stay simple.
Not only simple, but affordable.
People usually have other plans like flowers and chocolates and teddy bears. And Valentine's does get very costly. So I try to keep our range what I call moderately priced.
The dinner starts off with a yummy salad appetizer.
A fresh watermelon salad with kale, walnuts, feta cheese, and a raspberry vinaigrette. I like to stay with the pink, the red, kind of festive colors.
Next is a soup, a silky seafood bisque. And for the main entree, guests can choose from the following.
They can wrap Norwegian salmon with tomato relish and calamansi cream sauce, or you can have a spiced grilled certified Angus beef ribeye steak with charred onions and mushroom truffle demi-glace. We also have a choice of garlic prawns with a spicy soy butter sauce. Or we have a surf and turf where you can have a grilled 8-ounce ribeye with garlic prawns and brown butter roasted whole spiny lobster with spicy lemon coconut cream.
As for what Chef Peter recommends,
I would go straight with the lobster. I mean, is it Valentine's? Yeah, Valentine's. Why not go with the lobster? You get a whole roasted spiny lobster, brown butter, spicy lemon coconut cream. Can't go wrong with that.
Now, of course, no meal would be complete without dessert. And what better way to conclude a delicious meal than with a molten chocolate lava cake? And of course, you can pair your meal with a glass of any of their featured white or red wines or craft beer. And to help set the mood,
we're going to have Joe Guam, or Joe Pereira. He's going to be, you can come and while you're having our set menu, you can enjoy the soothing sounds of Joe Guam.
So what are you waiting for? To make reservations or for more information, you can call 479-2652 or 479-2653.
In Guam, where we are notorious for last minute stuff, and please don't wait. Call us at 479-2652 or 53 and get your reservations in today. Reservations don't last too long, and fortunately at this time we do have a few slots available, so give us a call and we'll get you in here for a night of love and passion with good food, good entertainment, and great beverages.
And of course, for the very latest, make sure to follow Mezcla on Facebook and on Instagram. Coming up, we have KUM Connections with a sneak peek of the 59th Annual Grammy Awards taking place on CBS TV 11. You're watching In the Mix.
Hi, I'm interested in one of your new Samsung devices.
I have the one just for you.
We're increasing the amount of 4G LTE data on our new rate plans, giving people more of what they want to do more of the things they want.
So what do you think?
Nice.
Ram has won countless awards, including Four-Wheeler Pickup Truck of the Year and Heavy Duty Pickup Truck of Texas 3 years running. We have best-in-class torque and 31,210 pounds towing, along with an exceptionally smooth ride. So, what does all this award-winning engineering add up to? Ram, America's longest-lasting pickups.
Get a great deal during Ram Truck Month.
There's no place on Guam like Chuck E. Cheese's. It's tons of fun with so many games, and parties are a blast, where everyone has fun. Come and party at Chuck E. Cheese's Guam. Call and book your party today.
Health, home, and lifestyle. News and information on wellness, health, balance, and fitness. Join Isa Baza on Tuesdays for instant motivation, inspiration, and important health news from around our community. Presented by Paradise Fitness. Exercise is medicine. It's time to recognize those heroes in our community that make a difference, that go above and beyond and work relentlessly to make our island a better place. For their commitments to health, the environment, our culture, their future, and our community as a whole. It's time to pay tribute to these shining stars. The 6th Annual KUAM Care Force Honors. Visit KUAM.com to nominate someone today. The 6th Annual KUAM Care Force Honors is presented by
Good morning. Welcome to Today, and it truly is a new day.
Good morning. This is Today.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Splendid. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Today.
Good morning to you.
The Good Life, all month long on the stations and networks of KUAM. Check the KUAM News app or KUAM.com for all program listings.
Watch Health Check with Nurse Jen Artero every Tuesday for community health information, advisories, and news you and your family can use for leading a healthier lifestyle. Health Check during KUAM News Healthy Living. Health Check with Nurse Jen is presented by Island Cancer Center.
And we're back. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's the biggest night in music, the 59th Annual Grammy Awards. In this week's KUM Connections, we get a sneak peek of some of the nominees. It has definitely been an interesting year in music. And on Monday, February 13th, on CBS TV 11, many of the music industry's brightest and talented artists will gather at the Staples Center in Los Angeles to honor and recognize the best of the past year with the 59th Annual Grammy Awards.
Pop, pop, it's showtime. Showtime. Guess who's back again? Oh, they don't know? Oh, they don't know? I bet they know as soon as we walk in.
Hosted this year by the funny James Corden, expect to see some statement-making looks and interesting musical performances and collaborations. One to look out for. Fresh off of her incredible Super Bowl halftime performance, Lady Gaga will be teaming up with Metallica. Metallica's Hardwired is nominated for Best Rock Song this year. The band is competing with David Bowie, Radiohead, 21 Pilots, and Highly Suspect. Also scheduled to perform on music's biggest night is Adele, Bruno Mars, Chance the Rapper, Gary Clark Jr., Daft Punk, Alicia Keys, A Tribe Called Quest, Carrie Underwood, Keith Urban, and The Weeknd. In a special segment, Demi Lovato will join Andra Day, Tori Kelly, and previously announced performers Little Big Town for a collaborative performance celebrating the music of the Bee Gees and the 40th anniversary of Saturday Night Fever. With over 84 different categories, the big four are what make up the general field and are the coveted categories, such as Record of the Year.
The nominees for Record of the Year are Hello, Adele. Adele is one of only 2 artists in history to have won all 4 General Field Awards. Formation, Beyoncé. Beyoncé has earned 62 career Grammy nominations, the most for any female artist. 7 Years, Lucas Graham. This is the first Grammy nomination for the Danish quartet. Work, Rihanna, featuring Drake. The frequent collaborators were also nominated together for a Grammy in 2011. Stressed Out, 21 Pilots. This is their first Grammy nomination.
Up for Album of the Year, Adele's 25, Beyoncé's Lemonade, Purpose from Justin Bieber, Views by Drake, and A Sailor's Guide to Earth from Sturgill Simpson. Song of the Year nominees include Beyoncé's Formation, Adele's Hello, I Took a Pill in Ibiza from Mike Posner, Love Yourself from Justin Bieber, and Lucas Graham's 7 Years. And the Best New Artist category, Kelsey Ballerini, The Chainsmokers, Chance the Rapper, Maren Morris, and Anderson .Paak. Don't miss the 59th Annual Grammy Awards airing on CBS TV 11 on Monday, February 13th. Watch it live beginning at 10:30 a.m. with the red carpet show and the awards ceremony at 11 a.m. And don't worry, if you miss it, you can catch the encore at 8:30 p.m. and 9 p.m. Again, only on CBS TV 11. Now may the best artists win. And speaking of artists, coming up in Live Local Fridays, we have a special performance from Flinch as they went acoustic. You're watching In the Mix.
Your community calendar is brought to you by Taco Bell. Whether it's your first meal or your fourth meal, we've got you covered. Taco Bell, live Moss.
A beautiful, healthy smile is an expression of confidence. The more confident you are about your smile, the more likely you are to fully express your feelings without having to worry about the way your teeth look.
Before cosmetic dentistry, I didn't smile as much. I didn't have the confidence, and it shows. And since I've had cosmetic dentistry done, I feel 10 times more confident. I make my initial introduction with a nice big smile and a handshake, and I just, feel like it really is a relationship builder, a nice warm smile, and it makes the clients and customers feel more comfortable with you, feeling confident, and they feel that you're not just there for business, that you're also there kind of as a friend as well. So, it's amazing how powerful a smile can be. A good smile.
Since your smile makes a significant impression on those around you, it is important that it makes the impression you want it to make.
Watch Health Check with Nurse Jen Artero every Tuesday for community health information, advisories, and news you and your family can use for leading a healthier lifestyle. Health Check during KUAM News Healthy Living. Health Check with Nurse Jen is presented by Island Cancer Center.
It's time to recognize those heroes in our community that make a difference, that go above and beyond and work relentlessly to make our island a better place. For their commitments to health, the environment, our culture, their future, and our community as a whole. It's time to pay tribute to these shining stars. The 6th Annual KUAM Care Force Honors. Visit KUAM.com to nominate someone today. The 6th Annual KUAM Care Force Honors is presented by
I never meant to go down this path. I just found myself on it.
I asked one thing, loyalty, and all I've received, betrayal.
I'm just trying to survive, but now, no one is safe.
In this life, we all pay for our deeds.
There's more love in a dead man's arms.
The Good Life, all month long on the stations and networks of KUAM. Check the KUAM News app or KUAM.com for all program listings.
Health, Home, and Lifestyle. News and information on wellness, health, balance, and fitness. Join Isabaza on Tuesdays for instant motivation, inspiration, and important health news from around our community. Presented by Paradise Fitness. Exercise is medicine.
Well, that's our program. Thank you so much for watching. Now remember, if there's something you'd like to see featured on the show, maybe a restaurant or someone making a name for themselves abroad, you can email me at joan@kuam.com. You can also follow me on Snapchat and Instagram at Joan Charfris. And you can find us on Facebook at KUAM in the Mix. Until then, have a great evening, be safe, and as promised, we close out the show tonight with an acoustic performance from Flinch, who recently retired after 14 awesome years. Congratulations. Enjoy and good night.
I dive into frozen waves where the past comes back to life. I fight fear for the selfish pain that was worth it every time. Hold still right before we crash, 'cause we both know how this ends. The clock ticks till it breaks your glass and I drown in you again. You are the piece of me I wish I didn't need. Chasing relentlessly, still fighting, I don't know why. If I were down the tragedy, why are you my remedy? If I were down to insanity, why are you my clarity? Why are you my remedy? Why are you my clarity? Walked on through a red parade and refused to make amends. It cuts deep through our ground and makes us forget all common sense. But don't speak as I try to leave, 'cause we both know what we choose. If you pull, then I'll push too deep and I'll fall right back to you. You are the piece of me I wish I didn't need. Chasing relentlessly, still fighting, I don't know why. If I were down the tragedy, why are you my remedy? If I were down to insanity, why are you my clarity? Why are you my remedy? Why are you my clarity? If I were down the tragedy, why are you my remedy? If I were down the insanity, why are you my clarity? If I were